What's up? I'm Bijan Jamshidi, and today we're going to be talking about the Turtle Beach Stealth Ultra, a wireless controller that works for Xbox, PC, mobile devices, and smart TVs. When you open the carrying case for the first time, you're greeted with this crazy looking controller that looks like it was designed by some alien species. You also get a pretty long USB-C cable and a charging dock which features a USB-A port where you can plug in the wireless transmitter. Speaking of, if you unzip the top of the case, you'll find the 2.4 GHz wireless transmitter I just mentioned, and two pairs of thumbstick grips, both of which are concave with different grip patterns. Now, as for the controller, the first thing you'll probably notice is the command display. But we'll get to that later because there's a lot to talk about with that. For now, I want to focus on other less common but cool features. Starting with the trigger locks. These trigger locks prevent the triggers from being pulled all the way while still activating them. You can lock both, or just one side if you don't want both. This will allow you to spam the triggers as fast as possible, but not lose precious milliseconds because of the travel time it would have taken to pull them all the way and release them. This is particularly useful for fighting games and semi-automatic weapons in shooter games. Moving on to the bottom of the Stealth Ultra, you have these 3 gold contacts which are used to charge the lithium-ion battery when you place it into the dock. You heard that right, no AA's required. You get up to 30 hours of battery life, and in case you forgot to charge it, you can leave it on the dock for a few minutes and get a good play session going. It takes about 2 hours to fully charge the controller. Now, if all else fails, you could just plug it in directly via the USB-C cable. The dock is magnetic, so you won't have to worry about the controller sliding off of the dock, and there's a spot to insert the USB dongle so you're not using up more than one USB port on your Xbox, computer, or TV. You're not required to use the dock if you don't want to, though. If you want, you can plug the cable into your controller to charge it that way, and you can plug in the USB dongle directly into your device rather than into the transmitter. The Stealth Ultra also has low latency Bluetooth, so you can leave the USB dongle plugged into your Xbox while being able to easily connect to your PC, smartphone, or smart TV without having to do any manual labor by moving the dongle around. Surrounding the gold contacts, you have my personal favorite feature, which are the 4 mappable action buttons. You can assign pretty much any button to them. You can set it to easily mount and unmount your steed in Elden Ring, instead of having to move your fingers away from your thumbsticks to push the Y button and right D-pad button. You can have it be something as simple as a reload button, crouch button, or jump button so you can do any of those actions all while still being able to aim, since you're not taking your thumb off of the right thumbstick. You can have it be the left or right stick click so you can rapidly use those buttons without having to destroy your aim or movement. You can also assign the Pro Aim feature to the action buttons, which lowers the sensitivity of your right thumbstick to have more precise aiming for long range shots. The possibilities of these action buttons are plentiful. Another great feature are the anti-drift thumbsticks. They're Hall effect sensors, which means you'll have less of a dead zone, which will give you more precision, and it has no stick drift unlike some other controllers. You know the one. The rest of the controller is similar to the standard Xbox controller design. You have a headphone jack, ABXY, view and menu, and D-pad buttons which feel just like a normal Xbox controller. Now they feel normal, but they're anything but. See, every button on the Stealth Ultra is a micro switch button rated for 5 million button presses. Now, I wasn't sure how that compared to the competition, but then I did some Googling and it turns out that the average PS5 and Xbox controller lasts anywhere from 1 to 2 million clicks per button. And I've never had a button break on any of those controllers, so I guess I have less to worry about here. Now, towards the bottom of the controller, you have the input focus button. This is what you press to toggle and control the command display. And this isn't just some gimmicky little screen that you'll use once and forget about. This is how you control pretty much everything the controller has to offer without installing and navigating through software on your phone or PC. But control what, you might be asking? Well, things like the joystick response curves. This is what will allow you to choose whether you want your aim to have a linear movement like any controller, or if you want the response to be dynamic based on how fast your initial movement of the joystick is. This is something you'll have to play around with to find out what you like. Anyway, you can change the dead zone of both the triggers and joysticks, so even though these are Hall effect joysticks that are anti-drift, some people, maybe you, might prefer to have more of a dead zone than what you otherwise would get out of the box. The option's there if you want it. You can adjust the controller's vibration per side, so you can have the right one vibrate less than the left, and vice versa. And while we're talking about it, I don't know what vibration motor is in this thing, but it vibrates nice and strong. You could change the color of the LED lighting as well as the effects and effects speed. You have a built-in mixer to adjust the monitoring of your microphone, headset volume, mic gain, chat mix to make the game or chat louder, and the ability to select built-in sound equalizers or make your own. You can calibrate the sticks, adjust the command display brightness and timeout, brighten or dim the RGB lighting, check the firmware version that the controller is running on, change the sleep timeout, power mode, charging LED brightness, and colors of the incoming social alerts. Now, the social alerts are kind of cool because you know how you're playing a game and you hear your phone's notification sound and you grab your phone just to find out it's someone you don't feel like talking to at the moment or just some random useless notification? Well, no longer do you have to take your hand off of your controller and move it a foot or two to grab that heavy 200-gram slab of screen, because now you could just look a few degrees down to see who or what it is. Pretty cool. And it's patented technology that you'll only find on the Stealth Ultra. Now, in order to get social notifications, you'll need to download the Control Center 2 app from your phone's respective app store, but that's the only thing you'll need the phone for. You'll also need the Control Center 2 desktop app from the Microsoft Store, because this is what allows you to update the firmware of the controller, and it also adds additional button mapping options among other ongoing improvements. And while you can adjust virtually everything from within the controller's command display, you also can do it from the Control Center 2 desktop app. The best part is that you can assign up to 10 profiles directly onto the controller. So if you share one controller between multiple people, or have different profiles for different games, all you have to do is change the settings for whatever profile you're on, and it automatically saves it to that profile. Then, when you load up another game, just switch to whatever other profile you want, and you're on your way to optimal movement and aiming. So there you have it, the Turtle Beach Stealth Ultra. If you're interested in buying this alien technology, it's available for purchase right now, and you can check it out by clicking the link in the video description. I'm Bijan Jamshidi, thanks for watching, and have a great day every day. Peace.